Hello everyone, here we are for our first series of videos. My name is Loic57, but you can just call me Loic. So, we're going to answer the question, what was the first game to introduce the cover system? Well, if we go back to the very beginning of 3D arcade games, there was Time Crisis. Of course, everyone knows Time Crisis with the arcade machine and the pedal that allowed you to come out of cover if you released your foot from the pedal. So that's the first real cover system. But here we're talking about rail shooters. So the first real cover system in third-person shooter game was actually Operation Windback on N64. It was the first real cover system, but it was still a long way from a modern TPS. It was still a time when all TPS games were different and played differently, but there's one game that's very important, which came out a little later, and that's Kill Switch on PS2. It is a shooter game developed by Namco that introduces the real cover system. It's very funny because this cover system actually required you to press L1 while crouching, but as soon as you were close to a wall, L1 allowed you to press yourself against the wall. Then you use the directional pad to come out of cover. And in fact, it's already a bit like in Uncharted in that you can shoot without coming out of cover. With the R1 button, you could shoot on the fly. And so, in fact, this game inspired the real game with the modern cover system, namely Gears of War. The developers of Gears of War have acknowledged that they were inspired by Kill Switch. For Silent Weapon, we chose a cover system similar to that of MGS4. An icon appears when you can take cover. The icon changes to indicate the key you need to press to exit cover. Once at the edge of a wall, it is of course possible to aim your weapon close to the shelter. Now this video is coming to an end, so I suggest you like the video. And I even suggest you take a second account to like it a second time. And in the next video, we'll talk about TPS aiming. So what is the first game to introduce? Not the cover system, but TPS aiming. There you go. Answer in the comments, and whoever finds it, and they'll be able to shine in society. There you go. See you next time.
Voilà, voilà. À la prochaine.